tonight's Suburban East Conference matchup between the visiting Bears from White Bear Lake High School and your own Forest Lake Rangers. We appreciate your attendance at tonight's game, and we hope you enjoy the competition between both teams. Fans, please remove your hats and stand for the singing of our national anthem. Paige Bouch is a sophomore at Forest Lake High School and is a member of the Cantorai Choir. Please join Paige as we sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fans, it is senior night here at our final regular season home game. We've got some special halftime events going on tonight, and it is now time to honor our seniors. If you take a look at the north end of the court, as we announce our seniors are going to take a run through this banner that we've set up just for them. All right, let's start out with number 1, Galvey Gimmiqua. Here's number 5, Hunter Damon. Favorite Ranger basketball memory competing against Apple Valley in the state tournament last year. Number 11, John Schrader. Favorite basketball memory winning the state tournament in 6th grade. Next up, number 25, Jacob Lund. Favorite Ranger basketball memory beating the record for most JV wins in a season. Next up, number 32, Spencer Perez. Favorite Ranger basketball memory beating the JV record for wins last year. And last but certainly not least is number 44, Connor Chunky. Favorite Ranger basketball memory playing at the Target Center. Fans, let's have one more hand for your 6th Ranger seniors.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a very snowy evening Friday at the Forest Lake High School, where tonight the Forest Lake Rangers will be facing off against the White Bear Lake Bears. It's a pretty interesting one tonight, as it is senior night. We're going to be honoring some of those Forest Lake seniors, but it's going to be an interesting basketball game, don't you think, Brad?
Yeah, it's going to be a great Suburban East Conference matchup. It's always fun to play games in conference like this, and, you know, White Bear, Forest Lake, due to our proximity, there's always a good battle, no matter what sport it is, realistically.
Definitely. Forest Lake not having the record that they wanted going into playoffs coming up here, 7-19, so they've been struggling so far due to a lot of key injuries going into the starting lineup throughout the year, but they got some healthy people tonight, including John Schrader, one of the seniors who's going to be in the starting lineup.
Nice, and I think that's going to help them out a lot. We definitely, you know, as the season goes on, you know, players in high school, your body starts to wear down, and playoffs is where it really matters, and we'll see if the Rangers can come out and get the Suburban East Conference win.
As the Rangers are trying to get this win, White Bear Lake riding hot here as 19-6, but they did lose last week to the number one in the SEC, Eastridge, 62-36.
Yeah, Eastridge is a tough team this year in the Suburban East Conference.
They've been pretty dominant so far, but White Bear Lake hoping to come out here with the win. Rangers hoping to play upsets as they're announcing the starting lineup here. The seniors for the Forest Lake Rangers, Galvey Gimmiquah, Hunter Damon, John Schrader. Looks like Jacob Lund, Spencer Perrin, and Connor Toki. So looks like 6 seniors there. They're honored tonight. They ran through some banners. They got to throw out some basketballs. They're living the dream so far tonight. It's all or nothing here in Rangers basketball.
Yeah, and we're getting ready for tip-off here for the Rangers Bears game, and we'll see who they put out for the tip-off. I'm assuming the Bears are going to have 34 Jeremy Beckler in their tip-off. I mean, he's 6.
We have him down on 6'8".
6'8", so he's a tall high school kid.
No doubt about it, and it looks like they'll put Galvey Gimmiquah in. Smart move there is 6'1", one of the tallest players for their team. But a big height difference there. No wonder why number 34 Jeremy Beckler is going first. But it looks like Rangers do win the toss. That's off to John Schrader, the one who was injured, one senior. So good to have him back in the lineup. That looks like Gimmiquah making a couple moves, pass it off to the lower arc for Toki. Toki gives it off to Perrin. So it looks like they're going to start off with 5 seniors. They're honoring them tonight as that pass flies out. That's going to start with number 1, Mathis Beck. As Mathis Beck passed that off to number 2, Isaac.
I think it's Tessier.
Tessier. He looked like he was working on Gimmiquah, now paired up against Toki. And Tessier with a nice move there, passes off to Ellers, excuse me. It looks like that 6'8" man's going to go up high for 2.
Beckler, you're going to see Beckler get in there a lot, being 6'8".
He's just working on that baseline, just drives his way in for 2, and he'll put up the first points of the game.
Yeah, definitely. A 6'8" player in high school that can make consistent layups is huge for high school teams.
Oh, with the steal there
Tessier.
by Tessier, but blocked by Gimmiquah. Gimmiquah says, not in my house and not today. As Gimmiquah gets a passes off to Damon. Damon for 3, no good. As that bounces off.
We're going to get a jump ball.
Looks like Perrin was able to wrap that one up. As Hunter Damon was trying to go off the baseline for 3.
Jump ball, possession error goes to the Bears.
But that's Mathis Beck will start off for the Bears. As he passes off one to Tessier. And Tessier on Gimmiquah. Interesting matchup there as Tessier 6'1" to 6'1". That pass is high, gives it to Beck. Beck without run. That's a steal off to Damon. But it looked like Schrader wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah, that was a great defensive move by Damon to get in there, get the ball. You know, even though the ball went out of bounds, it's putting the Rangers in a good spot right now.
Setting them up indeed, and that looks to be Beck. But he can't beat the clock. And that's back to Rangers ball. Coaching for the Forest Lake Rangers tonight is Daniel Cremosino, and for the White Bear Lake is Keith Lockwood. So these two teams, their coach is pretty proud of no matter what the record was, what the team's able to do. And it looks like with the steal, there he is again. We're going to be calling him all night.
Beckler once again with the steal, though, as well. See moves like that out of a big guy is pretty impressive.
Beckler has the speed and just has a knack for the ball, knows where it is. Meanwhile, that looks to be Spencer Perrin working his way from the top of the key. Passes it off to Toki. Toki to Schrader. And they're just working their way from the arc. And now looks like Schrader's trying to direct traffic. Tries to give that one off to Damon. But with nice steal
Schwartz
there.
with the steal.
Schwartz.
We get it back, though.
Nice steal back. A 4-0 run so far by the Bears. But for 3, Schrader. Off the rim, no good. Off the rebounds, Perrin. And Perrin will put in 2 points for the Rangers. Perrin with a nice eye for the ball there as he was able to just put up the 2. That looked to be
huge block by Perrin on the big man Beckler from White Bear Lake.
These Rangers are not giving out. And nice move there by Toki.
Yeah, Toki did a great job driving the net there and really helped his team out. Now we're going to score 4-4.
Rangers are putting it all out there tonight. Last home game for the seniors, last home game for this Rangers team. So they want to come out with a win for sure. Big crowd here tonight for the Rangers. Even though it's a lot of snow outside, that's not stopping anyone, isn't it?
No, it's definitely not going to stop anybody, and I think that you're going to continue to maybe see some high schoolers flow in as parents tell them to drive slower.
We'll see. Well, we'll hope everyone gets home safely, too, as the snow is beating down. Talks about games canceling, but the game and the show must go on.
Yeah, definitely when it's a close town rivalry like this, you want a good game going into playoffs here.
Mm-hmm. That pass was high, and that's given out to Damon. Damon now getting ready. Gives it off. Looks like it's trying to target pick. That's Toki. Toki working his way from inside the net. Gives it a little too much juice, and that goes off to Jeremy Beckler, and Beckler passes it off for
Eilers.
3, and that's good for 3.
That's going to be good by number 4, Carter Eilers from the Bears.
Eilers able to sink 3 there on 6-point run here, and that's here with the spin.
No, he got the net, but they're going to call it off here.
Called travel. Was able to spin around, but it looks like that was a travel move. Looks like Connor Toki against Mathis Beck, and now that 6'8" man, Beckler. Almost with the block was Toki. Toki back to with Beck. Gives it off to number 11, Schwartz. Back to Tessier. And they're just moving this way around in a great drive there, but the steal back is Gimmiquah for the Rangers. The still starting lineup here, and that's the lineup that the Rangers wanted to have at the start of the year. But key injuries just not letting it happen, and now you're seeing what they can be at full potential.
Yeah, they're definitely hanging here with the Bears. It's early, so we can't let the score ever determine, anything that's going on. But we're going to get a foul, it looks like, on the Rangers, and the Bears are going to get it back, and Tessier is going to pass it in. And 44 comes off Toki for the Rangers.
And Lund will check in. That's another senior for the Rangers. So they're getting all their seniors out there, giving one last taste of the court with a nice cut in and a drive, and that's good for 2.
Yeah.
That's Tessier.
I think Tessier is going to be a name that we hear a lot for the White Bear team as well, just like Beckler.
Just has a knack and was able to have a nice move there with the drive. Able to with the step back. That was Schrader. Had a chance with it. Now this is what this team's able to do best. They're able to move the ball and able to score. Meanwhile, that's Beckler. Beckler with the nice move around. That goes in and out of the rim. That's Damon. Damon didn't see the guy. That looked to be Schwartz
with the layup there.
Schwartz puts in 2. And Hunter Damon wasn't ready for that. He just didn't see him.
No, he wasn't. That was a great heads-up play as well by Schwartz from White Bear. And it looks like we got a timeout here. And it's going to be a full timeout for the Rangers. So I'm sure Krem's talking to his players, making a game plan, being down by 10 right now. Still plenty of time, but, they're going to want to keep it close going into the half.
On a 12-0 run here. So 13 minutes left. Only 1 foul committed, and that was by Toki early in the game. But, like you said, they just got a game plan here. Keep the nerves down. 10 points is nothing in basketball terminology.
No, it's not like hockey or any other sport. They got plenty of time, plenty of opportunities. So we'll see what they come out with. I'm sure Krem's drawing up some stuff to try to get things going for them.
As they're getting ready, coming out of the timeout here. Let's see what Rangers can do out of this timeout, and let's see what White Bear can do out of this timeout after this time. Starting with, looks like Schrader's going to start off with the ball. And Trey's going to have that 5-second count. And it looks like number 10 for the Rangers is in. That's Eric Peterson, the junior, 6'3" junior. So they're getting a little more height to try to compare to that 6'8" man, Jeremy Beckler, the senior forward. It's surprising to have a 6'8" man I mean, they have him here as a forward, but I assume that he was playing more center, if anything.
Yeah, they don't really differentiate center and forward in high school basketball too much, at least from what I've seen. And so I think you're going to see him play that center spot a little bit more, even though they have him listed as a forward. But he moves like a forward. That's,
Has the speed of one, yeah. Meanwhile, it looks like Spencer Perrin checked out of the game. Going in is Boyson, number 50, Jordan Boyson. With a couple of missed passes there and a drive for it. Had looked to be Schwartz, but that's given back by Lund. Lund able to come down with it. And now it's going to start with Gimmiquah. And Gimmiquah trying to make a move. It looks like Lund was trying to set up the pick. Meanwhile, that's up to Peterson. Peterson passes back to Schroeder. Schroeder working his way to the top of the key. Trying to set something up. Gives it to Lund. Lund with a nice pass to Boyson. Boyson to Gimmiquah. Back to Lund off the baseline. He didn't take the shot. Surprising to see there. Gives it back to Peterson. Peterson slowly working his way in. Takes a nice step back out. And now he's going to start with his drive in with a spin. Passes it off to Gimmiquah. And we're just going to play all around the roulette table now. Meanwhile, that's Schroeder with a nice drive, and he can't get it around.
Schwartz
up.
Schwartz over to Tezier. And we're going to get a foul drawn.
And that looked to be Eric Peterson. So after all that, Rangers can't get nothing there.
Can't get nothing, but you can see the difference in their offensive play, right? I mean, they went from very little passing to and shooting right away to kind of moving that ball around a little bit more, looking for that open shot, that more guaranteed shot. And Tezier gets his first free throw here. We're going to see some substitutions in and out for both teams.
Looks to be number 21, Teesfield, and 12, Taylor, for the Rangers checking into the game. And number 12 also for the Bears. That looks to be Steven Kleist. And now it's going to start back to Gimmiquah, and that's Boyson wide open with it. Now going to give it off to Teesfield. And that pass off with the two new guys and almost with the steal. Give it to Boyson. Boyson's pass is blocked by Kleist there. And now it's going to start back in Bears possession. Now Gimmiquah working against Tiesler. Oh, and that's
Peters with a huge three-pointer for the Bears.
Peters drains it there. Incredible to see what's going on here, and that's back to Gimmiquah. Now the Rangers got to just set back up, and they get past half court. That's Boyson. Boyson passed it off to Gimmiquah. Now this Rangers offense is going to set up here. Teesfield to Taylor. And Taylor, they're leaving him all by himself there. Taylor, the junior. And that's Teesfield. Teesfield with a nice drive, passes it back. That's Boyson. Boyson back to Taylor. Taylor tried to give it out. Now they're working way back on the side. Gimmiquah for three. Good.
Huge three-pointer for the Rangers.
Galvey Gimmiquah off the top of the key. Nothing but daylight there as he's able to sink that one. Ending that massive run by the Bears. And it looks like trying to answer.
Oh, Beckler couldn't get his own rebound in there.
Beckler was trying to answer as that just balances on the rim. And Forsyth back with it. All momentum on the side. And another three. Good. Peterson able to just sink that one. And now Rangers instilling back confidence in them.
And Kleist driving to the net for the Bears. Passes to 11. Schwartz, but we're getting a foul on the court here.
It looks like 33 will check in for the Bears.
Another tall gentleman at 6'6".
A lot of height on this team. They're able to go up and get this ball here. But momentum slowly moving back into the favor of the Rangers.
Yeah, so now the Bears got two players in that are 13 feet tall together.
Incredible stuff, man. Imagine being over 6 feet like that. Just colossal. Meanwhile, it's Gimmiquah. Passes it off to Teesfield. Now Teesfield's trying to set up the play. Looks like a couple players are confused.
I think you're going to see the Rangers kind of take their time now with two big men in there like that that have long reach.
Definitely. That's to Peterson. Now just pairing them up. They're leaving them open. Taylor for three. Good! On the baseline. And now a timeout called by the White Bear Lake.
Yeah, we're going to get a 30-second timeout here by the Bears. Man.
Wow.
Coming back.
Confidence ensuing here. Rangers got nothing to lose to end this game to go into the playoffs. But I mean, what a run there. They're sinking three-pointers left and right. Gimmiquah, Taylor, and Teesfield is able to put it up and through. 6-point difference here, 9:20 remaining. I mean, not a clean game so far for the Rangers as a differential and fouls 3-0 in favor of the Rangers. They can clean that up. But so far, I mean, they're battling their way back.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by the Sweet Caroline song going on right now. Usually we hear that song at the end of games or towards the end of games, so it's throwing me off here because that's usually, where the student body stands up and they start swinging their arms as their team and cheering them on. But
Rangers hoping they can end this game with a win here. Meanwhile, with a nice move around, and I'll be up for the layup, and that's good. That's Steven Kleist. And now that's Peterson and Teesfield, and that's back to Gimmiquah. Gimmiquah is still in this game after the starting lineup here. As Gimmiquah making a nice move. Gives it off to Teesfield. Teesfield looks like Taylor. Back to Peterson. Peterson to Gimmiquah. And Gimmiquah has just been so far leading this team. One of the only seniors that haven't been too injured on the starting lineup throughout the year. So he's got a lot to play for this game. As another three, Peterson, but that's Boyson able to get it back. And Boyson gives it off to Teesfield. Three, it's off the rim, no good, but off the rebound, no good.
Had a chance to get a great rebound and get it in. It just did not want to go in the net.
As it looked like they had the big man, Jeremy Beckler, up to try to get that one down, and he was able to. But Peterson had a chance at that rebound.
And Peters from the White Bears passes it into 11 Schwartz, who's going to take it up for him. Back to Peters. Over to Beck.
And Beck loses the ball. Nice steal there by Teesfield. Teesfield passes it off to Boyson. Boyson's got a lot of height on this team, try to balance it out. That's the 6'5" sophomore. And off the rebound, passes off.
Huge play by the Rangers to get that out-of-bounds ball into the White Bear Lake player.
On Will Forsyth, too. So they're able to slam it in. And it looks like Schrader is back into the game for the Rangers. And it looks like Gimmiquah is going to check out of the game.
Yeah, he's going to get a little break here.
And that's Schrader for two. John Schrader just picking up right where he left off in the season, as he was hurt for most of the time. So it's good to see him back. And off the rebound. Can he get off the rebound? No. And that's Peterson able to recover from the rebound. That was number 12, Steven Kleist. And now for the Rangers, setting up shot. That's Boyson. Boyson passes that one off to Peterson. Peterson to Schrader. Schrader. Oh, and it's no good as that one's short. That one's batted away. And it looked like that was Taylor. Taylor had a chance for three, and Taylor was just in a race.
Yeah, Taylor
Taylor
tried to save that ball, keep it in, but because he touched it, it's going to go right back to the Bears. And it looks like we got Beckler, and he didn't go out long for the Bears.
Give him a little bit of breathing, but that's it.
And their other big man, Forsyth, goes out.
Big man for big man. Meanwhile, that's Beck. That's going to start off with it. And I'll go the other way as that went off of Beckler. So miscommunication there. They're trying to set up a pick play or something. And that's Perrin. Will start off back, and it looks like he's back into the game. Now just one-on-one here. So they're playing leaning on defense, and a great defensive move.
Tezier with a steal, and I don't know. I think we can call that a dunk. His hands touched the rim.
I guess we can call that a dunk. Tezier, insult to injury there, as they're able to put up 23-15, 6:50 left in the game. In the first period, I should say.
The Rangers are doing a good job, staying in. They're not keeping it super close, right? But they're keeping it manageable.
I think that's a good way to put it, manageable.
And as I talk, Eller steals the ball and gets a layup for two.
I feel like that's an announcer's jinx, isn't it, right?
Trying to play the field for both teams, and I gave the jinx.
We're sorry for that for the viewers who are watching, because announcers tend to do that somehow one way or another, right?
For sure.
Meanwhile, that looks to be Taylor.
Ellers again with a steal.
And Ellers with
And
a layup there.
Another layup. And we're going to get a timeout here.
So that was another steal, like you said, by Ellers. So that timeout doing them well. Just going back to fundamentals, 27-15.
Yeah, we're gonna get a 30-second timeout by Coach Krem here, and you wonder what he's saying to his guys right now. I mean, to give up 2 straight steals for layups, that's 4 unanswered points in literally
a matter of seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds. Cremosino's a great coach, though. I mean, this is definitely not the season that his past teams have had, right? His past teams have always been pretty successful, and I'm sure he's just encouraging the guys to try to get them back into it.
As he should, and that's going to be, looks like John Schrader is going to start off with it. And that's Taylor. Taylor's also junior 6-footer.
And Ellers staying right there from the Bears with him, wants to get that steal again.
Ellers and Tessier, they're both defensive guys. They're able to steal the ball and make points off of it. And well, that's Taylor to Peterson. Passes that one off, goes off Damon's hands, but Damon's able to recover it. Damon's passes it off to Peterson. Pearson Wayne gives it up to Damon. Damon for 3. Oh, off the rim, no good.
And the big man Beckler with the rebound for the Bears.
Beckler with the big rebound. No one's going to try to contest him. And that looks to be Tessier with a nice step back, working his way towards the top of the key. Gives it off to Schwartz.
Now you're going to see them probably feed this to the big guy here in a second.
Nice move on. It looks
Unless
like that's
they
what
get
they're
the
trying to set
layup.
up here. But no one was contesting. They get the layup. And that's Tessier. Now working way back down the court. Just trying to get any points so far at this point. That's Schrader for 3 off the rim. No good. Goes right into the lap of Peterson. And gives it off to Damon. Damon back. Back Peterson. 3. Good from the baseline.
Yep. Peterson with another big three-pointer. I think that's not his first one today, for sure.
Might be his second or third of the night, I believe. Working on Damon. That looks to be Ellers. And that's the big man for 3. Off the rim, no good with the rebound. But that'll still go that way as he's fouled. It looks like Tessier and Ellers were in the vicinity.
Yeah, and you're going to see their other big man from the Bears coming in now. Forsythe's going to go in. Looks like Beck's going to come out.
Yeah, looks like Taylor's going to go out of the game, and Gimmiqua's going to check into the game. And now Schrader passes that one off to, it looks like, Perrin. So Perrin gives it off to Peterson, to Damon, back to Gimmiqua. Gimmiqua with the fake. Lenient pass there, as just covered over him was Ellers. Ellers have been working on Damon so far all night. With a nice cut in and a drive, moving up for 2, and he'll get 2.
And we're going to also get a foul on the play. He's going to get one more shot.
Tessier able to, with a nice drive for 2, just puts it up and through. And as he was fouled on, with the and 1 there, Tessier on the line. So that one rolls out, no good. As Gimmiqua will start with it. As Gimmiqua passes that one off to Schrader. Schrader gives it off to Damon. Damon for 3. Oh, no good. But off the rebound. Bounce off a couple players. And that looks to still be in Rangers possession. That'll be in Perrin. As it looks like now Schrader and Gimmiqua trying to contest. And Schrader will start off with it against Ellers. As that goes off to Perrin. Gives it back to Toki. Toki for 3. No good, as bounced off the line, and that's Beckler. The big man, and now with an uncontested drive for 2. Bounced off the rim and no good, and Gimmiqua able to recover it. Gives it off with a nice pass through, and that's Toki. Toki with the driving up and layup, but with a nice grab through. Oh, I'm getting tongue-tied, but after all of that, unbelievable. John Schroeder for 2, and it looks like he'll be on the line.
Yeah, he's going to the line for a shooting foul here. He's going to get 1. We'll see if he can get that. That will help definitely put his team back within 10.
Schrader's on the line. And number 11 gets one more. John Schrader. Meanwhile, starting off with it is Ellers. Ellers have been doing work for this Bears team so far tonight. With a nice drive going. Ellers tried to set that pass up. And a couple people there. Ellers tries to steal it back. And that's Schrader able to come up with it.
It looks like we're going to get a foul on the play here. Or no, we're going to get a timeout. Great timeout called by Krem before they called traveling or something like that. Traditionally, when basketball players on their back, they move a little bit, it's considered traveling. So
can't control any of that.
Great coaching decision right there.
Meanwhile, he was able to get that pass back, so that's going to mean Rangers possession win coming out of this timeout. So Rangers, they're keeping pace so far, a 10-point difference, 3 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the first period, 31-21. I mean, what would be your key takeaway so far, what you're seeing in this game?
Well, one of the biggest things is you're going to see the Bears takeaway, the Bears offense for my takeaway, right? They got speed, and they're driving that ball straight to the net every single time, and you're seeing that affect the Rangers defense, right? They're changing up their offensive play here and there because they got to. They have to kind of commit and mold around the Bears. I mean, look right there with Tezier, and then we get the ball back with traveling here, so it's going to go right back to the Bears.
Tezier with the speed, and I think Tezier and Eller will be my key takeaways. I mean, they've just been stellar on defense, like you said, with the speed, but just how they're able to get that knack for the ball. A couple Rangers players weren't observing. They're just able to rip that ball away and from nice steals. I mean, I think they've already had quite a few steals so far tonight. That passes off for two.
Just overshot by Tessier, but Rangers get it back.
Number 2, Tessier had a chance at it, and it looks like a big substitution getting ready for by the Bears, as that pass will go the other way, as it looked like Schwartz was on his back.
Yeah, you got a bunch of Bears coming in. Beck, you got Kleist, and Peters,
O'Donnell,
it looks like.
Or Peters. Oh, we got 2 different sheets going on. We'll try to figure that out. But nonetheless, that looks to be Beck starting off with it. Beck working against Toki. And gives it off to the big man, Beckler. And Beckler trying to work his way against Perrin. With a nice step through was Peters. And that's Beckler for 3. No good as that passes up and high and contested for 3. And with the comeback in for 2. No good as that one's short, but then off the rebound, he's able to get it. That's Schwartz.
Yeah, Schwartz gets his own shot, or shoots and gets his own rebound. That's huge.
Schwartz was able to contest there.
Yeah, and the big man Beckler shot for 3 at least 3 times now, hasn't made it in yet. So, I think we might see him change it up a little bit there and pass to the Ghost Ranger player over there.
As it looks like no one was in the vicinity there. Perrin was maybe have been the closest.
If that was the Bears that did that, I could understand that, right? Because they're white uniforms. It's snowing out.
We can't see any of them.
Could have been the Yeti.
Could have been the Yeti,
snowman.
yep. And meanwhile, that's going to be Gimakwa. Gimakwa against Toki. And big matchups here. You're just seeing Beckler against Toki. And
huge three-pointer for the Rangers on 32.
Perrin. But again, it looks like Beckler has just been working on all the big men. They got Notch. Excuse me. They got Toki. I'm just getting tongue-tied so far tonight. They got Toki and Gimakwa and Schrader. He's been working on all 3 of them, just trying to get their big key guys out of the game and early and throughout. And so far it's been to avail a little bit of a success. And meanwhile, starting out with it is Mathis Beck. As Toki's a foul call. And it looks like Beckler will put in 2 more for the Bears. And now that's Schrader just working on the top of the key. Rangers trying to keep this game in strides. They're down 11. That's Gimakwa for 3. As that rolls off the rim and no good.
Schwartz the rebound for the Bears.
And Schwartz with the drive working on Gimakwa. And off the rebound, that's Perrin. Perrin passes it off to Schroeder. And Schrader's shots blocked.
By number 12, Steven Kleist.
Kleist able to block that one.
Schwartz and Beckler going out now, and coming in for the Bears. Looks like Tezier and Ellers coming back in.
The pass is high, and that's to Gimmiqua. Gimmiqua backing up, trying to start directing people around. And that's Gimmiqua from the top of the key. Pass it off to Perrin. Perrin to Toki. And Toki slowly with the drive and the spin for 2. And that's no good.
We're going to get a shooting foul, though, so
but yes,
you can make up for it.
Connor Toki with the shooting foul, and he'll be on the line. Physical matchup and a speed matchup so far here. We got players flying in left and right. And Toki tried to keeping it within 10 if he makes the shot here. And Toki a little short, but he'll get another attempt at it. Number 44, Connor Toki, the senior. And that's up. And that one also rolls off and no good. And off the rebound, that was Tezier. And now that looks to be Ellers. Ellers starting off with it, moves away, and gives it off to Peters. They got these 2 men out, just working from the key and jumping on it. There's a couple people there. Jump ball call. That will be in the possession of the Rangers. As that's John Schroeder. John Schrader for the Rangers. As 19 seconds and counting. As time's ticking down. That's given off to Perrin. They're going to try to keep it within 3. As big man Gimmiqua goes up to get it. 8 seconds remaining. Gives it off to Schrader. And Schrader with a nice cut in, and he loses it. With that great defense there, and it looks like as that one's no good. He had a chance at it.
Looks like Kleit's calling for, or not Kleit's, Peters is calling for a foul here. He's not going to get it, and we're going to end the first half here.
So Rangers able to just avoid that extra point going up. But coming into the second period, 24-35 in favor of the Bears. I mean, we got plenty of basketball left to play.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time left. 11 points is pretty much nothing in basketball and high school basketball. You know, they don't – a lot of high school teams aren't playing mistake-free. So, I mean, that's going to definitely see who comes out and plays, right? I mean, will White Bear come out just kind of high and excited, or will they come out going, okay, we're ahead now and kind of relax? So we'll wait to kind of see what happens. But, you know, Forest Lake – you know, I think they can come out and still do it. I mean, Forest Lake sports, the winter sports, right, are notorious for being winners in the winter. I mean, fact check for you. First state champion. What sport?
Wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah.
1993.
Oh, wow.
Right? First state championship. And that's a winter sport, right? And if you look to your left here, I mean, most of the state champions are winter sports, skiing. And
wrestling, Nordic.
Our
Nordic skiing team is pretty incredible.
You know, so I mean, winter sports in Forest Lake have traditionally been really well, but you know, you're probably not going to be seeing the banners from softball. You know, they've always been really good too. They're going to hang those outside, but you know, I think you're going to see some things that change for the Rangers over half. Looks like we got some parents doing some competition out here.
Yeah. They're out here, and looks like a gauntlet challenge almost.
The question is, can these moms hit these layups?
Well, there's only one way to find out, as that's in tune.
It looks like they're working up the key. I mean, I think we might have to do the play-by-play for the moms here. They're working up the key is what it looks like is going on here.
We'll need something else to do in this half, right? Well, stay tuned left for the second period. That's going to be coming up.
Second round of our shooting contest. round 3. It's time for the dad's turn. Find the range, Manford. Once again, thanks to the Damons, the Schraders, the Tokies, and the Birds for participating in our halftime senior night shootout. Fans, just a reminder, you're going to look for Section 7 4A playoff information. Seating meeting should be held tomorrow morning. Should know where both the Rangers and the Bears will be playing here shortly, as soon as those meetings are held following the conclusion of all of tonight's games. delivered here. I want to say a big thank you again to Linwood Pizza. All year long, they've been delivering 2 hot, fresh pizzas at halftime to our student section. Thank you to our longtime sponsor, Linwood Pizza.
And we're back here. I don't know. We should have calling this the barn. We're back at the barn in Forest Lake.
We're not fully in Minnesota yet, aren't we? I mean, we're close enough where we can say that, but I don't think this court has a name. We got to name it.
I think the barn. We just might as well copy the U of M.
It's not copyrighted. It's fine. We'll just call it the barn.
I mean, we are in more country than the U of M's basketball facilities, so.
Well, if we're at the barn, this seems like a barn burner matchup. So far, 11-point difference, but 11 points seeming like nothing, and looks like starting off with it. And the Bears are able to start with first possession, and that goes off the hands of number 11, Schwartz. And Schwartz trying to contest for 3 and off the rebound. And Forest Lake now just trying to claw back and pick up where they left off in the first period. And that's going to be Damon.
Schwartz with the steal.
Damon not keeping track, and that just gets slapped right out of his hands. And Schwartz, I mean, great defense, what this team has been able to play so far. And with the nice contest, too, that looked like Schwartz with the drive. That's Beck. And now they're just moving way back around. They're going to give it back to Schwartz. Schwartz, who started the drive, and Schwartz will end the drive with 2 points there. Sam Schwartz. Incredible what he did. Put up 2 more points, and now we'll be back in Schrader. Schrader passes that one off to Damon. And Damon now starting to direct people around. Damon passes that one off to John Schrader. John Schrader back to Damon. Now Damon starts working his way outside the key. Gives it off to Gimmiquah. Gimmiquah, who had a pretty solid first period. Trying to pick up. Almost was a steal there. That pass was to Perrin. Now back on the outside. That's Schrader. Schrader tried to throw that one high. And that one's still going the direction of the Rangers as that one goes off in the hands of a White Bear player. So picking up right where they left off, both teams just trying to keep the scores up and high with that high pass out. And that was Perrin. Perrin was working on Schwartz. Now back to Gimmiquah. Gimmiquah to Perrin. And Perrin had a chance. Gives it to Schrader, and Schrader with the contest for 2, and that's good for 2. Schrader just working his way around everyone. Gets that tipped off rebound there for 2. So trying to keep pace right now. And that's Gimmiquah working on T-Sear. Now pass that one off to Beck. Now Beck high off the top of the key against Toki, and then with the dunk statement.
You know, I was wondering if we'd see a dunk out of the big 6'8" man tonight, and you know, look, you get to see his teammates. They're like, they're freaking out like they don't believe he can do it. But my gosh, I think the guy can reach up there and touch the rim. But
Jeremy Beckler, the 6'8" man, senior, able to do it all. Got fouled on,
and he gets the foul points.
Incredible. He's got this team so far. As that tip play goes off to Perrin, that play was stealed off there, and that's for Beck, and then fouled on. Beck was fouled, looked like Perrin. So now the Rangers almost losing their grip there. The big dunk by Beckler. Statement play. Rangers got to think of something here. Just trying to shake it off through and with a drive, but that one would be short.
And Tezier is going to draw the foul here. He's going to go for 2.
Tezier on the line for 2.
Yeah, we're only 2.5 minutes, not even 2.5 minutes into this half, and Rangers already have 3 fouls.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 3 fouls so far in the second period. Just 15 minutes, 47 seconds remaining. A little bit under 3 minutes just starting off the game. As Tezier is able to miss the 2, pass that one off to Perrin. Now Perrin trying to set up his team, gets it off to Schrader. Now Schrader starting with the drive to Perrin. Perrin for 3. No good as it bounces off the rim.
And that
That'll
should
be possession
go back
of
to the
Rangers.
Yeah, Schwartz touched it when he came down with it.
Schwartz tried to dunk that one back down, just try to keep in possession, but he lost there. And now go to the other number 11, John Schrader. And that's to Toki, and Toki with the drive passes that one off. And this key play, what they've been able to do, just working on the outside. But it looks like that may have gone out. He's talking to the...
Yeah, Krem doesn't seem to agree with that, but the official gave him an explanation, and it looks like he's not too
happy with
concerned
that.
about it. Yeah, he didn't really argue about it. So
Schrader and Krem trying to argue that play out, but nonetheless, that's just going to be back in Bears possession with a nice cut through, working against Gimmicquah.
Huge jump ball. I don't know if I'd call it jump ball there. That was more of a rip away, but
they'll call it jump ball nonetheless, as Schrader was able to just rip that ball away from, looks like that was Tezier. But nonetheless, that's Perrin back to Schrader. Schrader, Peterson. Peterson back to Schrader. Schrader to Peterson. That's just all the 2 they need. Gives it off to Perrin. Perrin to Schrader. And Schrader abuses it up for 2. Gets his own rebound. Schrader all the way around for 2. Working right under the net.
Schrader earned those points right there. Great job.
Schrader fighting through there.
And Schwartz answers back for the Bears.
Schwartz answering for 2. Back and forth these 2 teams go. 28-42. Rangers got to start thinking more heavy on defense here, try to contest some of these shots that White Bears just been making. So meanwhile, with a nice little spin there with Schrader, and that's Gimmicquah. Gimmicquah with the drive, gives it off to Peterson. Peterson off the top of the key for 3, as that's no good, but off the rebound, that's Perrin. And looks like he was fouled on by Beck.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a reach grab against Beck there, and it's going to go back to the Rangers.
As that will be Schrader.
And that'll be Schrader's first or Beck's first foul of the game.
I think that might have been the second foul just of the night by this Bears team. So they've been clean so far. And with a nice step back, no good. Yeah. Schrader had a chance at it. But, I mean, this Bears team has just been pretty clean. Able to stay consistent in what they do. Not trying to have these dirty shots there. Not trying to self-penalize themselves with a charge. Was Schrader. Who are they going to give it to? And that'll be a Bears foul call. Here's second.
Off goes Beck for the Bears. 23 Peters on the court now.
As Peters on the court, that looks like Damon's going to start off with it against Tezier. That's going to be given off to Schrader. That's to Peterson. Now Peterson just a little bit left in his arc, and that's up for 2, and that's no good. Damon. And it looks like off that rebound, that was Schrader. But another foul call on a Ranger. And that's Schrader's first foul call of the night. That's going to be given off to Tezier.
And this is Ellers right now trying to work up the court for the Bears. Over
Ellers,
to Tezier.
Ellers up against Damon, who's been having a pretty
Peters
rough
to Schwartz, and
that
another 2. That was a beautiful play.
They were just how they drew it up.
And that play is extended the lead by 16.
And with the punch out there, that looked to be Schwartz. So, I mean, this team, like we highlighted so far in the first, they're just very physical on defense. They're able to get at the ball. And right now, That's Gimmiquah. And Gimmiquah will just pass that one off to Damon, and Damon will start off with it as Damon works his way down half court line with a nice little back pass. Taking two.
Tezier with the balls.
And Tezier with the layup for two. No good as that one bounces out.
And that's going to be out on the Bears.
And Hunter Damon, the senior, he's been struggling so far tonight. Had some key missed opportunities and a lot of steals so far as they've just been able to rip at it there. And it looks like Taylor and Teesfield will check into the game for the Rangers.
Yeah, you saw the Bears defense there just going straight to the ball. Ellers is going to come off for the Bears. Kleist, 12, is going to come back on.
And it looks to be Schrader working against what looks to be Peters. And that's going to be Teesfield. Teesfield with a nice cut, work his way down half court line with a nice shot there,
Great
working on
pass.
outside. Peters for three. No good as that pass was just a little pushed off. Well, that pass was high there.
That's going to be a foul, a push out on the Rangers. 10 Peterson kind of disputing that, but he didn't push him, right? But he bumped into him. I mean, it's a foul.
And then that will cause the foul there. And it looks like that's going to be Sincere starting off with it. Gives it off. Trying to play tremendous defense there was Perrin. But it looks like that'll be foul. And now on the line is Jeremy Beckler. He's been pretty good so far tonight. And this team just been drained so far as they're just putting in everything they got. As that one bounces off the rim, and that won't be in first. No. On his second attempt. That one is no good as that one bounces in and out of the rim. And now starting off with it. That looks to be Taylor. Taylor to Peterson. Peterson with a nice stop and cut there. No good, but that one's off, and that's Perrin. That's Perrin to Taylor. Taylor for three. Good. Taylor from the baseline. So Taylor putting in his work so far tonight. It looks like Mathis Beck is getting ready to substitute for the Bears. Now starting with trying to work the cut in, and that's for three. No good as that bounces off the rim. Peterson gets it. Now it's to Sear. Looks like foul called.
Yeah, we're going to get pretty close to bonus here. And we're in bonus, which means 1-1, right? Make one, get another one. Don't make it, live ball.
As that will be Schwartz lining up.
That's going to be the third foul on Peterson.
And that one was short, and that's given to by Teesfield. And that's Schrader with a nice cutting in for two, but he'll be fouled on. So it looks like Schrader will start off with it. He's going to be working against Peters. That's
Tessier's third foul. That's why you see him coming off here. And we only have 4 fouls this half, and 2 or 3 of them were on Tessier. So probably a good move to pull him out here with still 12 minutes left in the half.
He's been a key factor so far in this game. And meanwhile, working on the outside, that looks to be Perrin. Perrin passes that one off to Peterson as that pass was a little pushed off, and that's Taylor. Taylor gives it to Teesfield. Teesfield to Perrin. Perrin for three. No good as that rolls off the rim, but off the rebound, that's Peterson for two, and he'll make up.
Yeah, that's a great rebound by Peterson. We're going to get a timeout on the court here. I believe it's going to be on the Bears.
The Rangers crawling their way back in it. 33-43, 11 minutes and 44 seconds remain. I mean, this game, like we've discussed, it's just always far from over.
Yeah, I mean, it's basketball. Like we saw at the beginning of the half, right? 4 unanswered points in a matter of seconds. So, I mean, we got plenty of time left here, and I think one of the things that's playing against the Rangers right now is the fact that they're in bonus already. You know, the Bears are in bonus, I should say. That means any foul now is going to the line, which could pose, some difficulties, not only on the scoreboard, but it'll slow the game down a little bit, right, depending on how they play.
7-4 in the differential for the Rangers. So, I mean, they've dug themselves a hole, definitely. But starting off with it will be Mathis Beck for the Bears. And Beck with Peters there. And Peters back to Beck. And Beck and Peterson will be against each other there. And Beck starts with a nice drive off the key. Put foot up. Gives it off and gives it back to Beck. And we'll keep steady here on defense so far. And that's for 3. And that's good for 3. That's Schwartz.
That's definitely going to push that lead a little bit more.
Schwartz been lights out so far. And that will be, looks to be Taylor. And Taylor passes that one off to John Schrader. And Schrader for 3. And he'll put in 3.
And we answer back here. That's huge.
Schrader thinking about passing that one off, but says, no, I'll do it myself, as he's able to put in 3 more for the Rangers. And now starting with that 6'8" man, Beckler working against Perrin. And that's Peterson. Peterson able to back that one away. And with that lightning pass out.
Right through Beckler's hands, which is going to get the Rangers the ball back.
That's Cleese. And Cleese just rockets that one through. Not able to make anything there. And that will be Taylor. Taylor and Teesfield there for the Rangers. As now Taylor has made his way past half court. And now he passes that one off to Taylor. And Taylor with a nice drive, a spin move. That's for 3 on top of the key.
Plenty
That's
of
good
time.
for 3. Teesfield is just lights out now. Drains the 3 there on top of the key.
Yeah, Teesfield had all the time in the world there, too. Nobody was on him.
Looks like that cluster there as maybe miscommunication. I'm forgetting who had who. As Perrin's able to have that steal. And that's Schrader. And Schrader on top of the key for 3 as that one's short. And then off the rebound, that's Peters. Schrader had a chance for 3 on top of the key, but just didn't put enough juice on it. And meanwhile, that looks to be Schwartz. And there for the rebound, that's Perrin. And that's Schrader. And Schrader with the drive. Oh, and that one's stolen away.
Stolen away by Kleist from the Bears.
And it looks like a couple of players weren't expecting that one, as they were just waiting there thinking that that still was in Rangers' possession. But nonetheless, that's Schwartz. Passes that one off to Peters. Peters with a high pass up to Beckler. And Beckler now trying to set up that shot to Peters. They've been doing that so well all night.
That's definitely the Bears, one of their offensive plays, right? Pass to the guy at the top of the key. The guy who passed the ball is driving to the net, and then they just give it for an easy layup. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's been pretty dang successful for them today.
Too much heat on that pass there, and it looks like Gimmiquah will check back in for the Rangers. And that's Teesfield. Teesfield back to Taylor and back to Teesfield. Teesfield throws that high for Gimmiquah. Now Gimmiquah, who's checked back into the game for the Rangers. And Schrader's checked out for the game for the Rangers. And just like that.
Yeah, Gimmiquah with a great layup there to help the Rangers get within 7.
Galvey Gimmiquah for the Rangers puts in 2 more. Now with the nice move there, that was Ehlers. We haven't heard his name in a while as he's back in the lineup there. Gives out, that's Ehlers for 3. And that's no good as that bounced off the rim. And that looks to be Taylor. And now Taylor tried to pass that one off.
And Tezier right back with the ball again here for the Bears.
Just ran right into Tezier's shoulders. He wasn't ready for that. As that pass is tipped off, and that's Peters. Oh my goodness,
and the
unrelentless.
big man again hanging on the rim. And you can see his bench going wild and going crazy.
Beckler, he's done that once before, and he'll do that again tonight. They just set up that play all the time. Pass that one off the top of the key and just wait that for man to drive in. And meanwhile, that's going to be Peters. Peters passes that one off to Taylor, and Taylor for 3. So that bounce off the rim, that's no good for 3, and that's Peters so far. And Peters going to make his way past half court. Uncontested drive so far, but nice tip away and steal. As he
We're going to get a
tripped,
foul here.
And that'll be a foul.
Yeah, Beckler is every coach's dream, I think. I think we could ask any of those basketball coaches out there, right? 6'8", can move well. You know, can put the ball
has the
up.
Speed, puts it up there. He can dunk. You know, what
Can
more
play
can he
defense.
ask? He can play what more can he ask for out of a player, right?
Yeah, and then having another big guy like they have with Forsyth is huge. I mean, having big guys is big. Especially when they can play.
Exactly. And meanwhile, that looks to be Perrin. Perrin jumping up to get that. Now it's Taylor. just working on the near side baseline. Gives it off to Gimmiquah, and Gimmiquah with the step back. Taylor, and that's moving around. Sorry, that's Teesfield to Taylor there. And that's Peterson off to Gimmiquah. Gimmiquah with a nice move around. Gimmiquah with the contested two.
Where are we going to get it? Looks like we're going to get the charge on the Rangers.
On Gimmiquah with the charge there.
And
looks like it was
because it's an offensive foul, you're not going to see him go to the line here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's how it works. We should have phone a friend, phone a high school basketball coach, right?
We definitely should. But meanwhile, that's going to be Harrison Taylor that checks out of the game. And with a nice move around there, that's Beck. Wow, he's one-man team right there. 41-52, 6 minutes and just about 50 seconds remaining in this game.
Who said Bears were not agile animals?
I mean, they're playing like Bears, pretty aggressive so far tonight. Meanwhile, that's Gimmiquah. Gimmiquah with a nice step back. And Gimmiquah
Ehlers with a huge steal.
And Ehlers will put that one up for two. He can't dunk.
He can't get on the rim like Beckler, but hey, he got close enough. I think his teammates are pretty happy about that too.
He still got the same amount of points as the dunk, so it looks like a timeout will be called.
We got a full timeout by Cremesino and the Rangers here. And
much needed there as his team was slipping. What do you think the big change was, though? Just the tempo?
Yeah, I think the Rangers' tempo really kind of stepped up. They're not shooting right off the bat, right? They're passing the ball. But at the same time, they're not passing. They're trying to advance a little bit sooner than they were in the first half, and I think that's what's going to be key for them. I mean, at one point they had it back to a 7-point game. Mm-hmm. Now it's a 13-point game again. Still not a big deal in basketball, right? With 6 minutes left, 6.5 minutes left, anything can happen. You're gonna see these Bears stay aggressive on offense. Defense. I mean, they're gonna go for the ball and swoop and do what they can and get it to their big man and get it to their shooters.
Yeah, aggressive play, and they just want to get that one up to their big guys, like you just said. So now coming out of this timeout here, yeah, they'll have a couple of their big guys. That's Jeremy Beckler's in. He's just been a surefire so far tonight. Beckler's just been doing it all. So meanwhile, I'll be starting with Gimmiquah. And Gimmiquah and Teesfield. So Teesfield passes that one off to Damon. Damon to Gimmiquah. Now Gimmiquah back to Perrin. Now back to Teesfield. Now back to Damon. Now Damon gives that one off to Perrin. Back to Teesfield off the near side baseline. That's for three. That's Gimmiquah. And Gimmiquah can't quite make that one as he was working on Beckler. And Beckler will get that rebound. And with a nice drive as Beck gives it to Beckler. Beck and Beckler working together there. And meanwhile, that looked to be 11-11 as Schrader's back into the game for the Rangers. They're just moving this one outside the arc, and with a nice drive there, that's Schwartz. But Schwartz passes block. He's able to get off his own rebound, and that's Peters with the step back. Had a chance to shoot the three, but Peters will start with the drive, and he'll just give it to his toeman Schwartz. But Schwartz's path was passed down. He gets off the rebound by Schrader, and just like that, 2 more points for Beckler and the Bears.
Yeah, Beckler right where he needs to be as a tall man, right, to get that rebound layup.
Oh, with that
huge
step back
rebound.
Shot, and a big rebound there by Gimmiquah. A nice step back shot by Schrader, but Gimmiquah just comes rushing in to get that rebound and keep it in. And with striking distance, just about 5 minutes remaining left in the game, 43-56. This game's still pretty close here.
And we got to see the Rangers defense here tighten up a little bit.
And meanwhile, for three, as that one's off the rim, no good. But then off the rebound, that's Peters. And that's going to give back to Schwartz. Schwartz with the nice drive. Gives it off for three. No good as that one passes high. He's able to get off the rebound. That's Beck. And now they're just able to juice this clock out. Yeah, I mean, at some point, you got to think about just fouling one of these guys.
Full timeout by the Bears. And, I think one of the biggest things we got to see out of the Rangers is they got to get the rebounds when the Bears are on offense, right? The Bears are shooting, and they're getting their own rebounds. I'm not a stats guy. We're not keeping stats here. But if I had to be a gambling man, I would say that they're probably getting 80% of the rebounds.
Yeah.
I mean, you see White swarming like hummingbirds to the rebounds. And that's something that the Rangers have to fix. They have to be able to get those rebounds and take those points away from the Bears so they can go back down the court and score.
We need to see more plays like Gimmiquah just rushing up to go and get the rebound, able to put in the 2 points there.
Yeah, I agree totally. Gimmiquah, he's got to play. He's got to do the same thing he's doing on offense with defense. The only difference, right? Instead of shooting it, he's going to pass the ball.
A more aggressive play style is what we got to see here just to have a chance to get in this game. 43-56. I mean,
we'll have to give a shout out too to the North Lakes Academy boys basketball coach. He just sent me a message, said we sounded pretty good. So we must be doing something good.
Well, we're doing something right so far, right?
Yeah, Rangers got playoffs. Hey, there we are, right? We're doing some new things here. And but yeah, playoffs have started for high school boys basketball here in the next week or so. I think pretty sure the Huskies have conference tournament this weekend, and you're probably going to see section seating going up here pretty soon too for the Rangers.
And meanwhile, it's a nice play, and they're just setting this pass up and fouled on. That's Forsyth. That's his first time in the game there. We called on him in a while. It's Forsyth 6'6". So they got they had 6'8" man and 6'6" there. So they'll just go 2 inches under there. There's Forsyth on the line. He's able to drain that one in. Hummingbirds to honey there, like you said before.
Looks like Jake Lund for the Rangers 25's coming in, and Perrin going out.
And he'll make the second attempt, Forsyth. And meanwhile, that'll be Taylor. Taylor rocketing pass out, and that's Damon. Damon for 3, and that's no good.
And you see the difference here, right? Traditionally, when the Rangers shoot, the Bears are getting in there and getting that rebound. We got to see that from the Rangers on the opposite end of the court here.
The rest there, that was Damon trying to go up for it with Ellers, and that's for 3, and that's no good for 3.
And there we go. That's exactly what we need out of the Rangers here.
Rangers
with
rebound
Damon
with Damon,
there.
Yep. And that looks to be Schrader, and Schrader to Gimmiquah. Looks like a player fell, and that's Lund back to Schrader. Schrader with a nice move in, and that's to Damon. Damon with the drive out. Gives that one off to Schrader for 3, and that's off the backboard, no good. And again, with those rebounds, that'll be Forsyth for the Bears. So they're just able to snatch these ones out of the air once those plays are passed out. Looks like fouled on.
Yeah, I don't know what the foul is here, but if you keep an eye on number 33, Forsyth of the Bears, and number 25, Lund of the Rangers here, it's kind of getting aggressive here in the lane between those two, so we'll kind of see. We won't get that substitution here until after the shot.
Toki trying to go into the game for Taylor. But meanwhile, that one rolls up the back hoop, and then that one be good. That's Tessier.
Now you got Toki coming back into the game here, and Taylor going out.
And Tessier with his second attempt, and that one's up, and that one will be good for another. Putting up 2 more points, 43-60. Tough hill to climb with 3 minutes and 20 seconds here. That one's going to be to Lund. Lund passes that one off to Toki. Toki with the fake. Gives it off to Gimmiquah. And Gimmiquah with the moving drive as that one loops around. He's able to get his own rebound. But that one's ripped away, and there'll be a jump ball called as Sam Schwartz.
Yeah, and that's going to go right back to the Bears because it's their possession here for the jump ball. And you can see the Rangers defense tightening up here. They're playing a little press down here on their side of the court.
More aggressive play style there. Looks like Schrader slipping for a moment.
And the Bears are here we go. We got a foul by Toki. It's going to bring them to the line. A foul on Toki, which is going to bring Schwartz to the line.
Not something that these Rangers needed. And Schwartz will be on the line.
And that's going to be Toki's 4th foul of the night, which means one more, and he's going to be fouled out. So
he's got to be careful. Meanwhile,
we'll see if Krem leaves him in or if he's gonna substitute him out. I think he's probably going to leave him in with 3 minutes left in the game.
Nothing drastic made so far here, and that's for the second attempt. And that one's up. That one goes back off the hoop, no good. And off the rebound, that was a Lund. And Lund will pass that one off to Gimmiqua. And a
Huge shot by number 5, Damon, for 3. Puts the Rangers within 15 with 2:40 to go.
Damon able to sink it. Interesting thing tonight that I've just looked in the lineup, Darrell Young Jr., the junior, who was in the starting lineup for the past couple of weeks, seems to not be in this lineup so far this week. So interesting to see him that he's not here. But meanwhile, with that drive up, and that'll be 2 more. That's Mathis Beck for the Bears, keeping their foot on the throttle, and they're just not letting up.
Yeah, it goes back to a 17-point lead with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game.
Nice cutback there. And that's Gimmiqua. And Gimmiqua with a nice drive up. And that'll be good for 2. Starting off there, that's Tessier. And Tessier falls, but it looks like that might be the foul on Gimmiqua. And now returning back to the line. 48-63, about a minute 58 remaining in the second period. So this game is pretty close. But, I mean, with this time left, I wouldn't say anything greatly here. As with he makes that shot, moving in, and he has a second attempt as on the line. There's Tessier.
That one rolls.
And that one will go.
Looks like they called it off Forsyth for the Bears there, and the Rangers going to get it back. Minute 56 left in the game.
And that will be Schrader. John Schrader with nice cutback move around. That's Damon for 3. Quick shot, pulls the trigger, and boom. As Damon puts in 3. And that looks to be Peters. Peters working, makes a nice move on Schrader. But off the rebound, that's Gimmiqua.
Minute 30 left.
Minute 30 with Gimmiqua. Nice drive there, and he puts in 2 more. Big drive there. That passes off, and they'll give it to Beckler. And now, smartly, the Bears just slowing down this tempo with a nice move around there. And it looks like that'll be Beck. That's Beckler. Beckler off the baseline, 4-3, and that's up and no good. And off the rebound, this is what we've talked about, and the Bears are able to get that rebound. Something that they've just needed to work on. And now, whistle blown.
Looks like somebody might be going to the line here. We'll see.
A Ranger foul on Lund. That'll be his first of the night. 10-5 in the foul department. Just messy play here. That's something that this team just didn't need going into the second period. 56 seconds remaining. And it's just about over here is back on the line. That one's up, and that one will be good from the line. That was Beckler. So moving his way around. That was Damon to Toki. Gimmiqua for 3, and that's good for 3.
Nice shot by Nimiqua. And we're going to get a timeout here.
And Gimmiqua.
We're going to get a full minute timeout here. Krem's going to call that timeout. 47 seconds left. And we're down by 9. So,
I mean, nothing's impossible. Everyone likes a good underdog story, right?
Our trademarked slogan is there's plenty of time, right? It's basketball.
There's plenty of time. It's 47 seconds. That's like 20 minutes.
I think the last game we saw, for the girls basketball we did, there was 8 points scored in 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So, I mean, you never know.
Trying to pump up this crowd. Ayo, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. We got to get this. We got to get these Ranger students standing and cheering. They're a little flat right now, actually.
With 47 seconds, I mean, it's not going to be a miracle, but it won't be impossible. But we'll see what happens here. So, coming out of the timeout, and they'll start with the Bears' possession, and that looks to be Mathis Beck. Now Mathis Beck working on Trying to foul clock out. And looks like just have to get fouled on just so that stop the clock. That looked to be Jacob Lund. Yeah,
Lund following Beckler. I think the Rangers got to be selective on who they're going to foul, right? But it's hard to be selective because you got to follow the guy with the ball.
Yep.
But Beckler's been pretty clutch here in the free throws, and
Beckler sinks another one, keeping the distance now 10. So as Lund checks out of the game.
And Lund with 2 fouls so far today.
And
I don't think he played at all in the first half. So
he played very little in the first half, and these 2 fouls are coming in like waning minutes of the second. So 43 seconds remaining, counting down. That's Schrader. Schrader up for 3. That one bounced off the rim and no good. Try to contest for the rebound. That looked to be Forsyth.
We got a foul. I think Forsyth's going to go to the line here.
Now Forsyth on the line.
It's going to be on number 1.
Galvey Gimmiquah. Interesting way to spell it. But as applaud as Gimmiquah heads off the court, the senior.
That's his 5th foul of the night, so he's fouled out.
Gimmiquah's done for the day. And that looks to be Eric Peterson checks in for Gimmiquah. And meanwhile, Forsyth just drains that one.
It looks like Coach is getting some guys in.
And now
putting some fresh legs in.
Fresh legs in, but it looks like he's just taking out the seniors. Hunter Damon, John Schrader are out for the Rangers. And a warm applause for this Forest Lake side of the field. And that looks to be Taylor. Taylor moving his way around. Taylor passes that one off to Peterson. Peterson to Perrin.
I think we got to see a shot here. They got to get somebody open if they want to, or are they just going to hold on to it? One of the two.
Looks like they might just hold on to it. And gives it off. And that pass is there, and that's Perrin. Perrin for 3. That one's a little bit high. And Toki with the layup. And moved around. That looks like Peterson. 6 seconds remaining. 5.
And Bears are just playing soft right now. They know they have it in the bag, in the bag, so they're just kind of waiting it out.
And as that block's deflected out, and that'll be it. A hard-fought matchup, but White Bear Lake will come out on top. 68-56 will be your final score. White Bear will come out at the end with the win, 20-6 at overall, and looks like they'll be 12-4 in SEC play. Meanwhile, Rangers coming off a win last week will lose this week. They'll fall to 7-20 and 4-12 in SEC play. Not the way you want to end it, but thanking all the seniors who's played tonight and who played this year. I mean, this was their last home game. This was senior night.
Yeah,
so good on them.
Yeah, senior night is something that's always really special, not only for the seniors, right, but mom and dad and things, because it's the last time they get to see their child usually play at home, depending on how the season goes, right? With the Rangers record the way it is, the chances are they're probably going to be traveling for sections, So it's definitely one of those things that we're going to wait and see where the section seedings come off and see where the Rangers land in sections.
So good luck to both these teams as we are done tonight. I'd like to thank all of you viewers for watching. It's been a blast so far.
Yeah, and one of the things we should mention, right, Sections is playing. So if LATV's out doing a Sections game, to our fans, reminder that that's not done live, right? That's rules from the Minnesota State High School League. It's not always our rules, but usually the production manager posts it right away after the game, so don't worry, it will be posted for you to watch.
Definitely.
And I would love to say that we're going to start doing some spring sports here, but I
think we might be silent for a while.
Yeah, I think spring sports start in like 3 weeks for practices, if that. Some of them have already started, and I think
I know I'll be doing spring sports. So.
I think they're going to be doing some double headers all spring long.
Yep. But in the meantime, we'd like to thank all of you for watching. We'd like to thank all the sponsors for LATV that keep us up and running. Because again, what would we do without you? I've been Vincent Dimitrov
and Brad Asplund,
and we are signing out.